It was a quiet Sunday morning when the call came. My sister's voice trembled on the other end of the line, her words barely coherent. "It's Emily," she choked out. "There's been an accident." Emily, my 16-year-old niece, was the kind of girl who lit up every room she walked into. She had a laugh that could make even the grumpiest person smile, and a heart so big it seemed impossible for someone so young. She was passionate about art, spending hours sketching and painting, dreaming of one day becoming an illustrator. Her future was bright, full of promise. But that morning, everything changed. Emily had been driving to school, just like any other day. She was careful, always wearing her seatbelt, never speeding. But the roads were slick from an overnight rain, and as she rounded a curve, her car hydroplaned. It skidded off the road and into a tree. The impact was devastating. By the time the paramedics arrived, it was too late. The days that followed were a blur of grief and disbelief. My sister was inconsolable, her grief so raw it was almost unbearable to witness. Emily's younger brother, only 12 years old, couldn't understand why his big sister wasn't coming home. The house, once filled with laughter and music, was now silent, save for the occasional sound of sobbing. At the funeral, the church was packed. Friends, teachers, and classmates all came to pay their respects. The walls were lined with Emily's artwork, a heartbreaking reminder of the talent that had been taken too soon. As I stood at the podium to deliver the eulogy, I looked out at the sea of tear-streaked faces and struggled to find the words. How could I possibly sum up a life so full of potential in just a few minutes? I spoke about her kindness, her creativity, her infectious enthusiasm for life. I told stories of her childhood, of the time she painted a mural on her bedroom wall because she wanted to make it more beautiful, or how she once spent an entire weekend baking cookies for a homeless shelter. But no matter how many words I said, it felt inadequate. Nothing could capture the enormity of the loss we were all feeling. In the weeks that followed, the pain didn't lessen. If anything, it grew heavier. My sister retreated into herself, barely speaking to anyone. Emily's brother started acting out at school, his grief manifesting as anger. And I found myself haunted by the what-ifs. What if she had left the house 5 minutes later? What if the roads had been dry? What if? But amidst the grief, there were small glimmers of light. Friends and neighbors rallied around my sister's family, bringing meals, offering to babysit, or simply sitting with them in silence. A local art gallery held an exhibition of Emily's work, with all proceeds going to a scholarship fund in her name. And slowly, ever so slowly, we began to find ways to carry on. It's been a year now, and the pain is still there, a constant ache in our hearts. But we've learned to live with it, to find moments of joy amidst the sorrow. My sister has started volunteering at a local youth center, channeling her grief into helping others. Emily's brother has taken up art, finding solace in the same passion that his sister loved so much. And I've started writing, trying to make sense of the senseless. Emily's death was a tragedy, a loss that will forever leave a void in our lives. But her memory lives on, in the stories we tell, the art she created, and the love she shared. She may be gone, but she will never be forgotten. By Michael Obayalu. It was a quiet Sunday morning when the call came. My sister's voice trembled on the other end of the line, her words barely coherent. "It's Emily," she choked out. "There's been an accident."